Argentina are the reigning world champions. They have Lionel Messi. They have one of the most passionate fan bases in football. And according to millions of fans around the world, they are one of the favorites to win FIFA 2026. But what if I told you that Argentina's biggest threat isn't France? It isn't Brazil, it isn't England, and it isn't Spain. The biggest threat to Argentina's World Cup dream is something much deeper. Something most fans aren't talking about. Something that has destroyed countless champions throughout football history. Because if you look beyond the headlines, beyond the celebrations, and beyond the glory of Qatar 2022, a worrying pattern begins to emerge. A pattern that suggests Argentina could be heading toward disappointment in 2026. Today, we're uncovering the hidden problem nobody sees, and why Argentina may not repeat their World Cup miracle. Let's begin. Winning a World Cup is difficult. Defending it is almost impossible. History proves it. After lifting the trophy in 1998, France crashed out in the group stage in 2002. Italy won in 2006, then suffered humiliation in 2010. Spain dominated world football in 2010, only to collapse in 2014. Germany conquered the world in 2014 and were eliminated in the group stage 4 years later. The World Cup has a strange habit. It punishes champions. Why? Because every opponent studies them. Every weakness becomes exposed. Every tactical pattern becomes predictable. The hunters become the hunted, and Argentina will enter FIFA 2026 carrying the biggest target in world football. Every team will want to beat them. Every coach will prepare specifically for them. Every player will treat that match like a final. History suggests that defending champions rarely repeat, and that's only the beginning of Argentina's problem. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Lionel Messi, the greatest player of his generation, perhaps the greatest player in football history. But FIFA 2026 will be different. Messi will be approaching his late 30s. No matter how great a player is, time remains undefeated. Football is becoming faster, more intense, more physical. The modern game demands constant movement and pressing. Can Messi still produce magic? Absolutely. But can Argentina build an entire World Cup campaign around him the way they did in Qatar? That's a different question. In 2022, Messi delivered one of the greatest tournament performances ever. Expecting history to repeat itself is dangerous, because World Cups are not won by memories. They're won by performances, and Argentina may eventually have to answer a difficult question. What does this team look like when Messi is no longer its central figure? The answer remains unclear.
Here's the hidden problem few people discuss. A significant part of Argentina's golden generation is getting older. Many heroes from Qatar 2022 will be entering the later stages of their careers. Experience is valuable, but age brings challenges. Recovery becomes harder, injuries become more common, physical intensity becomes more difficult to maintain. The World Cup is unforgiving. 7 matches against the best players on earth, in extreme conditions, under unimaginable pressure. The question isn't whether these players are talented, they are. The question is whether they can maintain elite performance throughout an entire tournament. History shows that aging squads often struggle when faced with younger, faster opponents, and that's a concern Argentina cannot ignore. In Qatar, Argentina had something special: momentum, belief, unity, a clear tactical identity. But football evolves quickly. What worked in 2022 may not work in 2026. Opponents now have years of footage, years of analysis, years to prepare. The surprise factor is gone. Every major nation has studied Argentina. Every weakness has been examined. Every tactical pattern has been analyzed. This is what happens to successful teams. The rest of the world adapts, and sometimes faster than expected. While Argentina looks to defend its crown, other nations are becoming stronger. France continues producing elite talent. England possesses incredible depth. Spain is rebuilding with exciting young players. Portugal has a generation capable of competing with anyone. Brazil remains Brazil. Then there are dark horses waiting for their moment. The competition in 2026 could be even stronger than it was in 2022. And unlike previous tournaments, many of these teams are entering their prime. Argentina may be standing still while others are accelerating. That's a dangerous place to be. In 2022, Argentina played with a mission: win the World Cup for Messi. That story united the team, it inspired the fans, it fueled every performance. But what is the mission in 2026? Defending a title creates a different kind of pressure. Now you're expected to win. Anything less feels like failure. Pressure can elevate players, but it can also crush them, especially when every match becomes a national event, every mistake becomes a headline, every setback becomes a crisis, and no team will carry more expectations than Argentina. So what is the hidden problem nobody sees? It's not Messi, it's not tactics, it's not even age. The real problem is transition. Argentina are caught between two eras: the legendary generation that delivered immortality in Qatar, and the next generation that must eventually take over. This is one of the hardest moments in football. Too early and you lose experience, too late and you lose energy. Finding the perfect balance is incredibly difficult. Many great teams failed during this phase. Spain experienced it, Germany experienced it, Italy experienced it. The challenge isn't replacing talent, the challenge is replacing chemistry, leadership, identity, belief. Those things cannot be taught overnight, and Argentina must solve this puzzle before 2026 arrives. Because if they don't, their World Cup dream could disappear faster than anyone expects.
Let's be clear, this isn't a prediction that Argentina will fail. They absolutely have the talent to compete. They absolutely have the quality to challenge for the trophy. And writing off world champions is always dangerous. But football history teaches us something important. Great teams don't last forever. Every dynasty eventually faces its biggest test. For Argentina, that test is coming. The challenge of defending a crown. The challenge of evolving beyond a golden generation. The challenge of proving that Qatar 2022 was not the end of a story, but the beginning of a new one. Can Argentina overcome the hidden problem nobody sees? Or will FIFA 2026 become the tournament where the world champions finally fall? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The road to FIFA 2026 will be far more difficult than most fans imagine. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Golden Boots Media for more football stories, analysis, and documentaries. And now I want to hear from you. Can Argentina win FIFA 2026? Or is their World Cup dream already in danger? Let me know in the comments below.